town we call East Rutherford, Baltimore North. John Harbaugh has already filled his coaching staff with some familiar faces, and I think he's likely to fill the locker room with some as well. No pun intended. So we're talking free agency moves that make sense for the Giants. And here's a name that I am circling in red. Isaiah Likely. John, Joe, and the entire fan base knows exactly what this kid brings. He ain't just a tight end. He is a matchup problem. And I think he'd add so much value to Matt Nagy's offense because of his versatility, and that's exactly how Andy Reid and Kansas City's offense used Travis Kelce. But the difference is Likely still has some juice in him to get down the field. So here's a couple of plays that I feel like is really going to show Likely's skill set and what he'd bring to the Giants pass game that needs a consistent threat in the middle of the field in today's Blue Rush free agent profile. All right, let's get to the film. Isaiah Likely, you see him lined up here in the slot as a third receiver. Let's watch the play and then break it down. Got 12 personnel here. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely as the two tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 1 running back. You see him game on the line, 4th and I believe 7. You see him go up, reach up, make a big boy play for Lamar Jackson. Let's kind of break this down on how having a tight end like this, a true route running tight end, could do numbers for Jackson Dart, could do numbers for this Giants pass game. Obviously, with Mark Andrews here, this would more than likely be Theo Johnson. This gives him a chance to kind of emerge as more of a pass-catching tight end. I know he had a couple drops last season, but Isaiah Likely can come in and be that TE1 right away. Again, you see him number 3 in the slot. There's 1 to the outside. There's 2 in the slot. Number 3, the third receiver. That's what we mean when I say that third receiver. They're running basically all go. He's got the deep cross. He's got the deep over. You go under the first defender, over top of that second defender. Usually you're going under the Sam, over the Mike. But with the way that the Steelers are playing here, I believe in this cover 3 defense, you'll see how it kind of plays out. So you've got they're blitzing 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing different, nothing crazy, not a real blitz. Not a blitz. They're rushing 4. They're dropping 7. Cover 3. Look here. He's got this deep over. Again, the spot is 18 to 22. That's what we're taught. Get to 18 to 22 over here. And Lamar or whoever that quarterback, Jackson Dart, they're going to find you. You see them. Usually you want to go over top of this defender, but this defender kind of plays to that outside. You don't want to chase too much. Again, it's 4th and 7. You know all about this pass rush. You've got to get to your spot. So he goes underneath this mic here, goes over top of 56. I believe that's what, high water. But it's boom, routes there. He's covered. They've got it. Lamar's about to get hit. You got the in route here. You've got the in breaking route here. This ball is going to Likely. Everyone out there knows it's going to Likely. He climbs it high, but this is why you want to reunite him with John Harbaugh and have him as that tight end 1 for Jackson Dart. Look at the catch rate. There's not too many receivers in the league that are going up, extending it, high pointing it, coming down in traffic, 50-50 ball contested in a big moment in a football game. Isaiah Likely has shown that he's got hands like a wide receiver. He's got wiggle, but he's got the body of a tight end. Just think of how many drops the Giants had on 3rd down last season, bringing a guy in that can that's a sure thing when it comes to his hands. Doesn't drop the ball much. Has all types of confidence in his hands. That is a big play. The Giants could really use a big play like that in 2026, and Likely is that tight end that could come in and do that on day 1. All right, we've got the Bengals game here, and again, you can move him in different places. If I'm Matt Nagy, I'm calling Todd Monken, and I'm asking, where and how did you get the most out of Likely? He is a tight end that can pretty much run the entire route tree. Watch the route that he runs here, this jerk route or whip, whatever you want to call it. Watch this route, then we'll break it down. There aren't too many tight ends in this league that are running routes like this, that you call to run routes like this. And it's going to show his yak ability as well. You see him motion down, looks like he's about to crack a little. He's got that one-on-one. I mean, it's almost like he's playing backyard football, but look at the run after the catch element. Get in the zone. I think they called that a touchdown. I believe they called that a touchdown after it was reviewed. But let's not look at that. Let's not focus on that part of it. Let's focus on the actual route. So motioning him down, you motion him down to get some sort of idea of what this defense is going to run. You've got this safety out here locked onto him, man to man. He goes with him, so you know they're in some sort of cover one here, some sort of one hole, some sort of one high look, cover one. They're playing, he's man to man, he's man to man, he's man to man, he's man to man, he's man to man on the back, depending on which way that he goes. Isaiah Likely, Lamar Jackson knows that, and they're going to set him up with the route. So a lot of times when he comes down to this second receiver, he runs a lot of out routes, runs a lot of speed outs, option routes, but he breaks out a lot. Usually you're going to take that when it becomes man to man, you're going to run the out route version of it. So knowing that still makes it look like he's still running that out route, setting this defender up, and you can see him trying to play. Usually they try to play over the top, but he's trying to get under it and jump it. Sells it with his eyes, sells it with that left foot in the ground, puts his foot into the ground, and then he returns. Not the greatest route. Obviously, you would want him to come flat and be in front of this backer here, because you never want that miscommunication of him going over the top and then him getting that interception, jumping that route and getting that interception. But Lamar sees it, sees that it's covered, sees that he goes over the top. Lamar is able to extend the play, just like Jackson Dart is able to extend the play. And this, look at the separation he has on this route. There aren't too many tight ends that are getting separation like this, running away, makes a catch that's thrown behind him and stays up. A lot of receivers, especially tight ends, when that ball's thrown behind them like that, they're going to catch that and fall, or you didn't get enough separation from this defender to where you have to go back and make a spectacular catch like that. This defender has now closed on that separation and rallies to make that tackle. No, he puts his foot into the ground, gets north and south, and I think gets into the end zone. They call it a touchdown, but I think it was overturned. That was unfortunate. But I think it was a touchdown. Who knows? Doesn't matter. We're just watching the yak capability. And just imagine if you have a tight end in your offense that, one, can go up for the football, make a contested 50-50 catch, a 50-50 catch, but also run a route like a receiver, gain separation, and get yak out off of it. Last but not least, you know Matt Nagy coming from a Kansas City Chiefs offense where Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes ran a lot of RPOs. You expect Jackson Dart you expect Matt Nagy to do the same thing with Jackson Dart. Don't know who the running backs are going to be in that backfield next year. Obviously, Cam Scatterboo's there. Tyrone Tracy Jr.'s there. Do they make a play at Jeremiah Love at number 5? Do you go get a Kenneth Walker in free agency? Who knows what they do at the time of this? I'm recording this. That third back is unknown right now. But you know John Harbaugh is going to want to run the football. John Harbaugh is going to want a pass game that's complementary to the run game, and the RPO is going to be a big part of the Giants' offense in 2026. So let's watch the play. You see Likely here, lined up in that tight split, off the RPO, gets yak. Yeah, this is just scheming your guy up. That's all this is doing, is scheming your guy up. Now, I don't think this is Mark Andrews here. I believe Mark Andrews was hurt on this one. So likely is now the TE1 in this situation, which is why he's probably here in this wing split. He's cut his split down one by one from the tight end. It's looking like some sort of run formation, right? This receiver has cut down his split. Usually when we got the ball in the middle of the field, we're around on top of the numbers, maybe bottom of the numbers. But now he's cut it down. Looks like he's in a cut split to kind of dig out this safety right here. Look, everything you see here is RPO or run action. Looks like they are going to run the football. Again, 12 personnel. We've seen that before. Two tight ends, two tight ends, one running back, or one running back, two tight ends, 12. You got the two receivers. Everything looks like they're going to run the football here. Lamar Jackson has that little quick flash fake. But watch, likely on this route, he doesn't get stuck to that outside. You see this defender, this safety that's down in the box. He's playing to the inside. He knows he has to win and cross face on this. It's looking like it's cover 3 here, because if it was cover 1, they'd be playing these guys a little bit more man and not having their eyes to the quarterback. So now that you know it's cover 3 and he's spot dropping, he's going to be more of a curl to flat defender. You now know as a receiver or a route runner or tight end, doesn't matter. You're running the route. You know that you can win to the inside. You know you're not going to get captured to that outside, because this defender now has to honor all that space out there. And again, he runs a lot of out-breaking routes. Beats him to the inside and stays skinny. Stays skinny, because if he flattens it too much, now this backer comes into play. Flattens it too much, you get too close to this backside backer to where now he could also come into play into this second window here. Stays nice and skinny and just gets to his spot. Good hands catch. And then again, yak ability. Having a tight end that can catch and run, it could be and should be, will be, needs to be a flex for the Giants in 2026. I think he and Theo Johnson could be a pretty solid pass catching core of tight ends for the Giants. And then you just have that third tight end to be that either hybrid guy or that blocker, or maybe you go and get an H-back or a fullback. Who knows what John Harbaugh is thinking right now, who they target in free agency. But just these 3 plays alone just show you that Isaiah Likely is ready to take over and be one of the top tight ends in this league. And these 3 plays show that. And it also shows why he would be an absolute force for Jackson Dart and Matt Nagy in this Giants offense if they bring him in free agency. Big plays across the board. You got to love watching this kid's tape. I love this breakdown. I mean, you can even go back to the 2024 season when he had his best year, and that's going to show you how he's now ready to be in the conversation as one of the best tight ends in the league, and not just a complimentary piece to Mark Andrews like he was in Baltimore. He would be the TE1 in New York. But I think the biggest thing that he'd bring to the Giants offense and the development of Jackson Dart is how physical he is at the catch point. He high points the football. He wins the contested throws. And once he gets the rock into his hands, he's slippery enough to get some yak with it. The plays that Isaiah Likely made in Baltimore build momentum, and the Giants could use that. And like I mentioned before, he'd be a great fit in a Matt Nagy offense coming from Kansas City, because I imagine Nagy would want an athletic tight end that can get down the football field and push things vertical. Here's what I mean. Because when Nagy was the Bears head coach, the 2020 and the 2021 season, Jimmy Graham had a 50-catch season and Cole Kmet had a 60-catch season. The tight end gets the rock in a Matt Nagy offense. You can flex him, split him, put him in the slot, do what you want with him, be creative. He's a mismatch. So all in all, signing Likely gives Jackson Dart and the Giants pass game a physical presence in the middle of the football field, and that's a must. Let's see if he reunites with John Harbaugh in the Big Apple. I think it's likely.